Haha. Hello to all the non-viewers out there. If you work on my project, it's more like a future viewer thing. Maybe something in the future. But, anyways, let's see here. All right. Cool. Well, today's project is going to be working on getting the rest of Corneria up and running. That includes Corneria Castle, building the pallets, doing some sound work, and that's it. So, right now I'm getting some additional art that I haven't previously snagged. There's actually probably a faster way to do this. I'm just going to do that. Go here. Select that. Go. Eat. There's a hotkey. There we go. Also going to be improving some of these art assets after a while. The shader's not set up yet, so it's not going to look right. And what we're looking at here is actually a background picture, which is filling in some of the details. Through all the player node entry points with the flag. Right. So that layer, this is there. The interior, still a bug with code. When the scene changes, it brings the roof back up. Moral of the story is it really jacks up the doors. They do not like it. I really only have to fix one half of that bug. Okay. Castle. Debug save right here. Okay, that's not so bad. Well, I'll cover this stuff while I flip in. That's I clearly did not finish my work here. So, okay, also correct. Yep. Okay. I think it's using the right color. I guess I just did so that. Doesn't keep us safe. It's definitely using a palette. That's how that is. Something interesting about the original game is that it had use of the Mystic Key. And interestingly, all throughout the beginning of the adventure, the Mystic Key was kind of instinct when you touch on the doors. Where, oh, this door can only be opened by the mystic key. Which is kind of a really direct thing to tell the player. You know, it's not like a guard being like, oh, these doors are all locked by the mystic key. Nah, it's more like, it's clearly what you need, so get on that. But the second half of the game, there's nothing like that. You know, there's no further keys or anything to get a hold of, and that's kind of a tragedy, in my opinion. That's supposed to be. There we go. I want to do something with this bed here, but I'm not going to right now. So I'm going to just lock that up. Can't walk on the bed. No, actually, I could do that. I've got to move that now. This is a detail file. Let's get rid of that. Add it to. I'm going to billboard it. Billboard. It's a special type of resource that I have. I'm going to copy and paste from another billboard. Billboard. New creation tree. Oh, yeah, that one doesn't have creation tree. You're supposed to have. Sure. Oh, these ones are special. Gosh darn it. Of course I would pick the only special one. Okay. Another billboard. I am displeased greatly. Alright, there we go. Copy and billboard. So the way the billboards work is they essentially are a sort of resource unintensive way of handling the player being able to walk behind and in front of something. So, maps. Generic. Billboard, which is supposed to have a light. Does. We need to fix this. Definitely some issues. If I tried to copy and paste this, I'm guessing it would work. I have that issue. Okay. So tile set is castle. The tile we'll be using is 31. Alright. So yeah, this is just sort of a way to allow me to do certain things. This would have to be a billboard too. This is also a billboard. Let's see here. In order to make this effect work, I need to really do some false noise. So, now that's not quite right. Yeah, move down. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so the other billboard is going to be 45. I do need to get a interior. This doesn't exist yet, but I'm going to be coding in the interior subject Which will basically be it'll hide anything that's being obscured by the roof. It'll hide anything that's being obscured by the not roof or the inside of it. Alright, let's see here. I've got that. Budget. Let's test it. Let's see if it looks good. Or, you know, like, ugh, this is dumb. Why am I pursuing this? You know, that's no good. And I need to fix the palette. I'm going to fix two things here real quick. One of them is my macro. I want to use my debug start. That is, it will load directly into my debug save, so that's a good thing. And the other one, a lot of lag here. Yeah, that's this right here. Alright, here's a moment. Hopefully that helps. I don't know why I'm getting so much internet lags today. For Steam as well. I wonder if Windows is updating in the background. No, don't. Oh, the creators up to. Yes, they're doing that. I'm just worried that it's causing other problems. It wasn't. I don't know why that is. I really don't know. Clean up a bunch of stuff before I started. Hopefully it's uploading fine. Anyways, back to the subject matter. That's going to be the most riveting part of the video. Alright. You get rid of these. No aperture tiles. For rotating continues, what is a short key for? For a long time I didn't even notice these mirroring tiles at the top of the screen, so that's kind of embarrassing. Alright, cool. So now I can walk behind the bed. Hooray. It's highly important, don't you question it. This sincerely bothers me. Should not be buffering that much. It's very distracting to see it constantly buffering up there. Because I have it at like the lowest possible setting. I'm at 144p. And yet, we're buffering a lot. That is, once again, I hope it's not actually affecting the screen, but it's affecting my monitor. That is quite annoying. Okay, back to work. Got the basic layout of the castle done. I need to make sure that the palette is actually set up correctly. As I've talked about before, the game uses a palette to color everything. That's what all of these are. And the castle palette is 1, 3, 5, 7. Is 7. And why? Why did I 7? And but not least, palette is the last number, so it's going to be right here. I like how these windows open up in Game Maker too, but they tend to open up just wherever they want to, and that's super fun. Uh, I'm gonna find out. To figure out if somebody else is maybe on my network right now, because that will explain it. But hopefully that's not the case. Never had that issue before. Hopefully not start today. It's worth looking up. It's been working fine every other day. Yeah, I'm having some issues, I think, right now with the screen, so if you can elaborate what it looks like on your side, I appreciate it. Not sure what the hell's going on. Alright. I'm gonna have to just assume it's working on the other end and just let it go for now. Anyways, so I just hooked up the new palette, so now I'll see if it's properly running in game. And if you're interested in the project, there is a forum post on GameMaker forums, which is obviously where this link was. Feel free to check it out. I left that on, and that was dumb. I don't think there's ever been a 3D remake of this game. Honestly, I'd always kind of hoped Square would take up the mantle. They made a 3D version of Final Fantasy 3, but they stopped at 5. Which is really too bad. There we go. Okay. All the colors are working. Let's see here, I could probably do something about that. Anyway, give me just a moment. I have this lovely little audio mixer. I'm sure I can do something about that for. Alright, is that a little better? Actually, a lot of times when I'm doing this stream, I'll just turn off the volume, and to be fair, that's what I'm just going to do here. One of the lovely built-in features of my engine is that I can set the volume to 0, and then, music just doesn't play. Okay, so all of that is done. Now it's kind of time to work on the art. So a lot of these are the original files that were being used, just copy and pasted directly from the ROM map. I've done a little bit of coloring on them, but go ahead and clean them up a little bit more. Palette. So, I don't like some of the colors that are being used, to be honest. Yes. A sealed copy of the game like that one poster. I'm not sure I know which poster you're talking about. However, I don't own a copy of a sealed copy of the original Final Fantasy. I could get one, I suppose. Generally, most of my games, I do have a collection, but I don't collect for the raw value of the games. So while I am a big enough nerd to like this game enough to go for a sealed copy, but still, still got me. I'm not. You're talking about this game specifically? Because I don't think I have a poster. Are you saying making a poster? Yeah, long been a fan of this particular game out of all of them. There's two games I played a bunch when I was a kid. There was the easy to master D&D and this game. What was interesting about both these games, is they had really low stats or high stat caps on them. You take a game like World of Warcraft or even a lot of newer games, and the stat caps are incredibly high. It's like, and I've always wondered, what is a million health? What does that signify? What does one health signify? When your character has like 50 health, and they take 12 damage, it's a quantifiable number that your brain can understand. And so I find it funny to this day. I still use this game and that original D&D game to sort of dictate how I look at a lot of how RPGs should behave. It's not much looking to. I have to fix my colors in the palette right here because it's definitely a little too brown. These are just supposed to be like this. I'm not entirely sure why. So you notice each palette has two sets of colors, where you'll notice they maybe look side by side. And it's because, since I'm doing this enhanced color depth, what it does is each sprite has a lot of data that's packed into it, but when it finally gets colored, sometimes it takes some of that data out. And that has been one of the biggest time-consuming things that I've worked on so far in this project. It's like, looking back, I feel like I probably could have gotten away with not doing that. As, it takes a lot of extra effort to get that done. Alright, cool. So colors are working. They're still not accurate, so probably going to change this later on. I'm going to choose it, and that should work. That should be closer. Yeah, this is kind of just a kind of a fun project in that sense. Taking apart kind of an old game that you maybe were really fond of can be a really interesting activity because you really start to learn what the different pieces that made it up are. Oh, of course, I'm planning on having, there'll be like energy where, you go stay at the inn, but like you spend like optional microcurrencies to, no, there will be no microtransactions. In fact, this project will be forever free because it's not like I can sell it if I wanted to. It's very heavily copyrighted by the original owners. But I like the sense of humor. I'm assuming that was humor, and I appreciate it. I'm vehemently anti DLC because, oh man, it's like, I don't know if you've ever done the math, but video games are very expensive to make. When you spend $243 million on a game, you have to sell quite a few of them to make your money back. And the market actually isn't getting larger in a lot of ways. but microtransactions are really lucrative. So what they've kind of found a way to do is trick people into believing they're buying a $60 game when a lot of times they launch it like $100, $120 games. These are $120 games, and to be honest, for 120 bucks, they fucking suck. The pre-order bonus will be a plushie that you have to buy yourself. But the benefits of that is that you get to pick the plushie. So I think it's a pretty good deal. I think that's going to be a popular incentive. Okay. So my color scheme isn't quite right. I'm going to have to refer back to this to figure out what I've done wrong. So I think that's the burnt orange color. Let me do this and see what this looks like. Hell yeah. I would be glad to. There'll be two in existence. So that's pretty close. I believe that is accurate. I believe that's the orange color they're using. Now, I cannot tell a lie. My palette is slightly modified from the original NES. That might just be orange altogether. I'm using 6 colors, which are not genuine to the original game, so don't tell everybody or anything like that. Ooh, gotta maintain project integrity. Okay. I think this is gonna be closer. Tweaking colors. The most riveting of development. I think it'll. There we go. That's. I believe that's closer. See, I still think that's the yellow color, and I do have the original yellow color. But it's definitely orange. I'm just gonna keep the way it is. To be fair, the different palettes depended on the TV screen and stuff like that, so there are discrepancies between these screenshots and the final build. And plus, it's my shit, so I'll make it as artistically. I'll use as much artistic license as I want. That's my justification. Cool. So there's that. You can walk into the bed. Cool. What a neat feature. That was a must-have, so to speak. And excellent. I gotta fix the stairs because it's not supposed to be that color. That would be incredibly easy by simply going over here and getting rid of this. The castle stairs aren't supposed to have wear and tear on them anyways, so you can see my previous screen because I'm just using the tile set that the rooms had and then modifying it as kind of a lamp. So there we go, cool. The first floor is done. The next step will be to add NPCs. Yeah. I'm also going to be working on that in a second. So what I like to do now is go to ROM, bring up Nestopia. Sorry if this ends up being a bit loud. I will tone down the volume. Playback devices, audio too. Okay. So, going to any day now. Okay. Cool. So we've got 2 guards right in the interior there. I'm going to be a bit lazy and try to sort of copy paste these guys. It doesn't work that way, but I don't know what I'm going to try, and I already know that's not going to work, so that was a waste of time. Alright, add group. This is Corneria Castle. Adding a group NPCs. Take this soldier. Duplicate him. You know what? If they have the same speech, I could literally just copy paste these guys in there. I shouldn't do that though. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. I could. I choose not to. Corneria, Castle Soldier, 01. Drag these guys as instances. I haven't gotten around to updating some of this code yet. Let's find out what their dialogue is. Alright, here we go. We've got... That's what this guy had to say. Here we go. So yes, I could actually just copy this guy in. Not going to do that. I said I wouldn't. There's another reason for it, but I'm not going to explain it. So I don't have to. It's because they had a route in town that they walk, and obviously in the castle they stand still. 0, 1, 2, so that's good. Let's see what this other guy has to say. So there's a third guy up there. What riveting information does he have? Same thing, perfect. Duplicate NPCs are super easy to implement because of obvious reasons. And in sadness, the queen locked herself inside. That is a tragedy. Weep for the queen who has lost her daughter. I feel like they didn't try very hard to rescue her, to be honest. I could be wrong, but it does come off that way. They maybe didn't really... Because if you've played this game before, then you should be fully aware that Garland is not a very difficult boss. And because of that, it does make them come off as perhaps a bit incompetent. Now, I do have to admit, I've never tried to fight Garland solo. Maybe he's tough one-on-one, but the fact that we basically brought 4 people to kick his ass, that seems to be enough. So, edit this guy's dialogue, which will be in sadness, the queen locked herself inside. There we go. Alright. Very nice. Also, I need to fix this. This is going to be inside equals false. I probably shouldn't do that. There's a better way to do this. I need to do it this way. Parent event NPC is inside equals false. That's going to be used pretty shortly. I'm not using the billboard anymore, so close that please. Go back to the shit I'm actually working on. There we go. These guys are not inside, so they are fine. Let's look at some more NPCs. Now there is a invisible NPC that I never knew about. Please save the princess. So you remind me of somebody else that was in Corneria. It may have been Corneria Woman 2. Please save the princess. I feel like they may have been duplicating assets, which is what I will be doing. Let's see here. Now you might ask, if they're the exact same, and you can totally reuse them just like the original game, why would you not do that? The answer is because future. You know, it's like, once I get the game done, I will go through and edit it to make it kind of, you know, whatever, my own more personal game. But for now, I'm going for accuracy. And that includes dumb shit like this sometimes. Is that woman too? That is. I'm just going to put her here. Also got a scholarly gentleman. So there's an invisible person right here. There you are. The princess was looking for you. I never knew about that person, ever. As a kid, I never knew about it. I will be fixing that bug. Bug fixes are on the agenda for changes. I'm going to have to look this up. There's a little little moment with me trying to find information, which was Corneria Invisible NPC. So I need to know what sprite they used. So it's an invisible woman. Let's see. Go. So it is another one of these ladies. Perfect. Duplicate that out. Another reason why I chose this game was because there is a fanatical base of information available. People have long hacked and speedran this game, and it's just like the amount of information available for it is staggering. There's a fine description to use, which means that in a lot of ways I am just implementing what's already there. Obviously, slightly more difficult. The princess was looking for. There she is. Need to make her not walk around. Which move frequency. Zero. I think that'll do it. It may not. If it does not, she will walk around. Let's see here. Where's my store for it? This tile Y plus 2, tile Y minus. Let's say 4. You know what? I'm not even doing it that way. I'm going to do plus 2 minus 4 plus 2 plus 2. So this is basically me setting up a boundary that she has to be able to walk inside. She still has to obey the rest of the laws of physics, that she cannot walk through walls and such. But by doing that, it will give her like this area to walk around pretty freely. You will stand there. Alright, the next gentleman is up here. That is a riveting sentence, sir. I feel like a lot of times in these games you have to talk to a bunch of people to kind of piece together the story. I know that's true, like that's not like a maybe at all, but I still find it kind of funny to like look back on it, because by today's standards we're like, hey, have that one guy give me the whole goddamn piece of information. There is actually a secret ItsHyomoto NPC, but it's in a different game. If you play, and I'm not recommending you play this because it's not a particularly good game, but I backed a pretty substantial sum on Legends of Aetherius, and if you play that game, there is a drunk sitting near the fountain whose name is ItsHyomoto, and that is my NPC. So perhaps I'll do something like that in here. It'll be less expensive, for sure. But actually, let's see here. I probably still have 3 copies of Legends of Aetherius. Had such high hopes for that game. I found that when it comes to backing Kickstarter projects, okay, come on, get out of my way, Steam. Being a bad Steam right now. Get out of here. When it comes to Kickstarter projects, I've discovered that it seems like the ones that seem so well put together are always the ones that fail. But maybe it's because the ones that aren't put together at all, you don't expect them to succeed, and so when they do, you're all like, oh, that's amazing. Alright, unfortunately, I don't believe I actually have an actor for this young gentleman, as the director has not been implemented yet. So the way that I go about doing this little business is I actually have a picture of all the NPCs, a raw dump, if you will, from the cartridge. Oh, you are being a butthead right now. Why would you do that? That is an error. Okay. I'm going to have to use my vision. Try to find him. That looks like him. There we go. Okay. So here we got him. Go. He NES only accepted 4 colors per tile, so, and that color data is not saved as part of the actual sprite itself. So I'm telling you that for no reason. Now you have that information. Do with it what you will. Character, I will call him Sage02. Sage01, I guess. The other guy was Old Man 01. Alright, picking this up. Now, all the sprites consisted of 6 in the original game. Oh, do not do that. Ah, no. Shit. I have to do this. I meant to hit escape. Okay. But I have 8 frames for every character, so I can make unique animations for left, right, up, and down. 1. The sprite editor is vastly improved in Game Maker 2. If you have not tried it, you were wondering, like, hey, what do other people think of this? I'll have to admit, pretty impressive. I take that back. It was 4 frames. The way the the way the NES version got around doing this was it just literally reversed these 2 frames, which I will now be doing. Mirror the current frame. Mirror the current frame. And then for the side, they actually had a walking animation. Back on the frame. Get rid of the black. That will not be used. And all NPCs share the same palette. I don't have to do that. That's not a restriction that I have. Here, what if I already have it? If there's one thing I'm guilty of, it's having a significant amount of what could, by some, be considered largely useless knowledge. I also possess a considerable amount of useful knowledge, but also, so if you stick around enough, I promise, I'll get you some other useless tidbits, and then maybe you'll pick up something that you find useful as well. And the NPC palette, it is black, it's black, so it's good. Every once in a while you do something, and you'll be like, oh, that was a stupid idea, and I did that. So I had to check just then to make sure that I did indeed stop doing it. Frame. So, interestingly, I also use an NES-like method because of the palettes, in that the character will not have the proper colors. They will be colored at runtime. Which is why I made a copy of that sprite. Is he made of gold? He will be. He is a child of gold. He's just a statue. Oh, he's like a Horta or something. He's a being made out of a material that he is carbon-based life forms don't fully appreciate or understand. In fact, his colors are actually so I wish that I read on the forums that supposedly there is a way to do this where I could replace all the colors in every sprite. Oh man, that would be a time saver. Sadly, not implemented at this time, or it does not seem to work for me. Alright, cool. Last little bit here is to give him a hair. And I will not be working on the depth coloring just yet. In fact, most NPCs don't have depth coloring yet because it's a long, tedious process. And I do enjoy doing it, but not doing it this second. Alright, there we go. Cool. So now we have graphics character Sage. I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this over. Laziness wins the day. This will be Corneria Sage 01. Why not? I'm going to be using the most creative naming schemes possible. It's an important part of the project. So, up here. That looks great. Right there. Direction step He can walk around, so x minus 2, x plus 2, that's close enough. Now, what did he have to say? What was his riveting piece of speech? Garland used to be a good knight until... Go. Alright. Let's check it all out. Let's see if anything that I've done here is actually producing results. Did I even put him on the map? I didn't. I couldn't do that. Right. Good, I opened up the program. You can check it out. Okay, you're facing the wrong direction. Music. Oh, the music isn't playing because I turned it off. That's a valid reason. You're not supposed to be walking around. Oh, you bitch. Pardon the language. She's just not doing the right thing right now. Move frequency was 0, so... Oh, it's... No, it's not. It is move frequency. If iRandom move frequency is greater than 0... Oh, wow, so if I put 0, she always moves. Okay, I guess I'm going to rewrite that code at some point. Not right this second. But I realize now that I've done this in sort of a stupid way. So let's just freeze her in place by saying, you live in a box that you are not able to escape from. Alright. Sage goes up here. Go. Oh, goodness gracious. Get out of my way. Come on. Out of the way, lady. Now, I actually have implemented a few features as conveniences. One of them is I designate special little squares that the AI cannot breach, because that prevents them from doing things like, say, standing in front of doors or the exit to the map or something of that nature. And, but in the original game, ooh, they do it. They will stand right in front of you. They do not give a whole lot of craps about what you may have planned. They'll praise you like, oh my god, the light warriors, it's amazing. And then they will just stand in your way. Okay, well this guy had a lot to say. First NPC with a considerable amount to say. Alright, we've got here NPCs. This will be NPC Corneria Sage 02. That's the castle stage. Castle stage. He lives in the castle. He will not be a free spirit. He will stand there. There we go. He doesn't have to say about Wuhan. He instead says 400 years ago, the treasury was locked by the mystic key. Our ancestors gave the key to the Prince of Elfland. Elfland with a capital L. Interesting. For safekeeping. There we go. Excellent. You will not be using a palette swap. You will be using that one. Let's see what this other guy had to say. I'll knock out 2 old guys. One punch. One punch man. Alright. Go. So that does make that pretty easy. They both. In case you didn't talk to the first old guy, here's another old guy with the same information. Within 5 feet of each other, just maximizing the potential that you will indeed directly encounter this young man. Or elder man, as the case may be. There we go, he's there. Still have to make the queen. No, I haven't done that yet. The fastest way to get there will actually be to leave the castle and re-enter it. Perform some sort of teleportation. Alright, so you are... I love the stuff I forget about. She says, oh, my sister. Well, everybody's complaining that the princess was kidnapped. Well, if that's her sister, then technically there's 2 princesses. They just only seem to give a crap about the one. It'd be like, oh, one of the princesses was kidnapped. I don't know. They make it sound like there's only one. I wonder if she's an older or younger sister. Perhaps that was not addressed in this game. Alright, I need to put in some tags to keep them from walking in front of doors, because that's important. No NPCs in front of doors. Stay out of the doors, NPC. Also, don't walk in front of the exits. Thank you very much. There we go. Perfect. I have not implemented push logic, which the original game did have. That was kind of your way of trying to get them to move the crap out of your way. Alright, Cool, so I need one princess and then her mother, who I believe looks the exact same as she does. I don't know if I have the sprites for that. I think I have the sprites for her. I think I can remember she said, "Oh, my sister." I'm going to try to commit that to memory. The queen is just sitting on the bed, I guess. There she be. If I were to do that, because of the way the engine works, she would actually be in bed rather than on bed. I don't know if I care. Is that an authenticity that I feel is important? I'm not 100% sure. Alright, checking tiles, resources. I do not have that NPC. Time for a new NPC. Keep out that guy. You will now be girl 03. A very prestigious position. And that is cute. I like that the queen and the princess and the other princess all use the same sprite and there was no color swapping or anything. Like, I mean, I guess, you know, it's genetics, right? They all look the same. They're very, very, it bears an uncanny resemblance. Cancel. Okay. You are, milady. Speaking of none of these things, here. Yeah. Yep. Technically, yes. It would be a really funny way to lock an NPC into it. So, even though I kind of find it interesting because it's my engine, I built it, I know how it works, blah blah blah. But it would be interesting to like see somebody else use it and then be like, oh yeah, using these quirks of your engine, I was able to do it. Like a lot of NES games, you know, people did figure out how to do that stuff. Or you know, you see like ROM hacks where somebody figures out how to do, you know, just something interesting that wasn't considered at the time. You know, nobody figured it out. And it's always interesting to me in limited technology, especially older technology, for that reason. That there's these ways to find like fascinating ways to do things. Like I believe it was the Sega Saturn that there was a Phantasy Star game for it that actually made use of the audio chip to perform 3D calculations, and that's how it managed to have 3D graphics. And it's like you could not do that on an Xbox. You couldn't do that on my PC. It's just there's so many layers of abstraction between the hardware and the final code that I'm writing that sort of stuff's just not possible. But, you know, even within the software, you know, there's certain quirks to kind of paint yourself into a corner in some ways, because eventually you have to define some kind of a limit. And it's always kind of fascinating because, you know, then you, in a way, you kind of get to work within your own self-imposed limitations. And I think that kind of leads to creativity in its sense, because when you have a blank canvas, you can do anything, so what are you going to do? But when you're limited to, say, I don't know, 3 colors, you know, it's like, okay, well, now I kind of have something to work with, and I have something to decide. You know, what you do with that is going to be impressive. At least I find it to be. Feel free to differ on that. I'm sure it doesn't show up on webcam, but behind me is, you know, it's obligatory for anybody on the internet to have something particularly nerdy behind them. In my case, that's a 30 years of gaming consoles. And yes, I do play them. I'm going to have to figure out how she was colored, because obviously this is not how she was colored. Because I'm going to be doing art later, but right now I just want to finish the castle. I've been putting it off for quite a while. It's like I should have done it like way long time ago, and I didn't. So, all right. Please show me what you look like. The shoulders, and at the shoulders. So this is the separation between here. Add a bit. Said I wasn't gonna do art. I lied. I'm not gonna do any more art, probably. Well, this thing first, like, that's gonna annoy me now. So okay, cool. Other NPCs right now. Map of the castle. Jane the Queen and Nameless Princess B. So, the castle. I'm just going to dupe out this young lady right here. Area of the castle. Let's say Queen 01. You will receive the proper sprite. See lady number 3. Yeah, she can walk around. I don't care. Totally fine. I am Jane, Queen of Area. Period. Full stop. Please save my daughter, Princess Sarah. The end. Okay. Miss Jane, I'm sure, adventurers would love to do so. And this will be, I'm just going to call her Princess 01. She was not given a name. And remember that thing I said I was going to remember? What was it? Oh my sister? Or oh my sister? Well, guess what? I gotta go look again. I did not successfully memorize it, which is probably good. This piece of information is not going to yield results later on, so it's probably best to not commit it to memory. Oh my sister. That's easy. Oh my capitalized sister. Did they do that? They did not. I agree with misspelling. Indeed it does. Those are some hot tips of action. Close that. Oh, got a lot of windows will open if given the opportunity, so I'm going to go ahead and close some of these. So, the Queen Jane, there's her room. I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna put the no NPC tag in bed so that she also doesn't like roll in and out of bed. Which, I mean, I could let her. It would be humorous to me, but I'm not gonna. It's good enough for me to just know that's a possibility. Like that she could have did that, and it was fun. All right, let's see here. So she's 4 pixels higher than this game starts. I don't care about those right now. I will fill them up with treasure shortly. I'm not doing it right this second. Is there any other characters in this castle that I missed? It does not appear to. That was interesting. So you can see as I walk off the screen, he disappears. He doesn't smoothly scroll off the screen. I've never noticed that before. That might be a quirk of the emulator. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never noticed that before. The emulator actually shows the overscan lines, so it is possible that the TV would have hidden that effect, but on the emulator, okay. Remember those useless facts I told you that I would be glad to pass around? Okay. All of this is working, kind of. Where's the other old man? What's specific line? The squat. The squat log. Does he not have any tags? I feel like he should have some flags, like all these spaces. Alright, treasure chest time. To do a treasure chest, I'm going to... treasure chest is all generic. Map, resource, instances, chest, creation code. Now, I do not need the town, but I do need the temple. Saving time plagiarizing your own code is a smart idea. There we go. Tile set castle 01 and tile ID. Let's say 52. I could check. I mean, it's good. Correct. So, I press instances, copy, paste, paste. And there we go. So now all the Corneria chests are in there. So that was okay. Good. Good, good, good. Tiles are there, the chests are there. They all contain the same thing for now. Let's go test them to make sure they look right, make sure the queen's not doing anything weird, make sure the nameless princess, that she's totally, fine. Just look around, just check on these people, see what's really right. Alright, so they're all gonna redo this. There we go. So she can walk around, hooray. Here. He's got a blue beard, that's badass. There's a princess. Princess was looking for you. Was that before or after she got kidnapped? Because I can see either case being true. I'm gonna make it so you can walk around those rooms. I've decided that. That will occur. Okay, well, that's a thing. Why can I walk through the chests? I never... I believe I may have done that exceptionally lazy in the Temple of Thieves. No, I could always walk through the chest. What the heck? Why did I do that? Yeah, there's room effect treasure. Event treasure. Restore. Yeah, there's no glide flag except for the treasure. Okay, well then. Flag. Glide flag is equal to glide. Flag, solid. There we go. Now the chests can no longer be walked through. They were an ephemeral chest, and now they're no longer an ephemeral chest. These chests are haunted! I am going to test that. It's going to be like one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, it works, and then like later on, oh geez, that didn't work at all. Spoiler alert, it'll work though. That is a very old piece of code that has never not worked, which is the exactly where now. Like, what's going on? There we go. Okay. I no longer walk through chests. That's obviously an error. What did I do? Did I copy this chest? There is E4. Correct. And code. Yeah, so I think that matters so much. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I have to do a little smidge of troubleshooting here. But before that, I'm going to make a debug save so I don't have to walk over there every time. I've considered putting in wall walking, and at this moment in time, it feels horribly appropriate, right? Let's see what the error was here. Give armor, blah blah blah. What is my stat trace? Paired event treasure line 44, party gift item, ID, count, script, party gift. So it is saying party gift armor. It is properly selected. For some reason, armor. So, here, script, party, gift armor. What line did it say fail? Line 12. Or you is the way it is. So, how does this item, keep it argument 0, target equals nothing, target count greater than 1. I think this is a bug I put somewhere else. Yeah, look at it. Target blah blah blah, target blah blah blah, target blah blah blah. Okay. Next up on the chopping block is the target. Open inventory. Okay, that should fix that. I understand why that happened. Now, don't close all but this, just close this. What the heck would that be an option? So that's a menu, but not close. Okay. Come on. There you go. Oh, good. That's still nice. Alright. Back in it. Do. Okay. That did not fix it. So, the error must be somewhere else. Let's see. The treasure. Let's first examine treasure. That's the problem. We're looking at parents. Events. Treasure. Go. On use. That's a party gift item. And who's actually after that is true. So it has to save for itself. I'm not entirely sure why it's crashing yet, but I get the feeling this should actually. What am I investigating? No, that's not going to be a problem. The problem is clearly Okay. If argument count is greater than 1, then target is equal. That's and argument 1 is 96. Fine. That's an important line. This is all true. So what is the target? Something weird's going on. There we go. It was returning undefined, or it was it was passing the argument as undefined as the person to give the item to, which is correct, but it was basically saying that that was the actor to do it to, and it, you know, that probably makes sense that undefined doesn't work that way. That's gonna have to be fixed at some point. Oh, nope. Why is it saying Dill can't equip it? I feel like that's not true. Anyways, good enough. It's working. I'm good at it. Right. Okay, I'm gonna fix it. I don't want to do it right this second. Normally I just add it to the list of stuff that needs to be fixed, but what is the code? There is no E4. So like 4E or some shit is? Which is a castle. The Captain Creation Corp. E4. Items is equal to E4. There is no E4. I see. The leather helmet is 7-4. How is that even working? It's like a. Why would that not crash? It's like referencing data that doesn't exist, and yet it's not crashing. I find that to be very bizarre. Good. It's the magic. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. That is strange, though. I'm going to change these, and we're going to see what happens. Because E4 is not a valid item. That item does not exist. So, technically, when it references that data, the game should crash, because it's essentially referencing memory that doesn't exist. Yet it is not. I find that's... I also had somebody report a crash that I could not reproduce on my end, but when I found it, I also, once again, could not figure out why it wasn't crashing on my end, too, because, once again, it was an undefined variable, so it was crashing for them, but when I ran it, it was fine. That is truly baffling. Okay, let's see what item it gives me. I'm guessing it's going to be a leather hat, but hey, who knows at this point? We're performing magic tricks and all. I think I know what's going on. I think I know. But it's like a... Did I? I feel like I did. Yeah, I think I know. Let's see. Is it under new game? This is like... Yes, okay. Ah! Yep. Okay. I know why it worked. Ah! Alright. Yeah. Okay. That's why it wasn't crashing. I forgot. The items in a chest are not linked to this number right here. This number links to another portion in memory, which is essentially the treasure data. The reason for doing that was, man, you forget shit that you yourself did. Anyways, the reason for doing that is because in the original Final Fantasy, a lot of people, once again, do not know this, but some chests were linked in that they contain the same item. So if you open one chest, then later on you would find a chest that was empty. And so a lot of guides and stuff actually have item positions that aren't, that conflict. They're like, oh no, you get it here, or no, you get it here. This is empty, that's empty. But the truth is it's not actually empty. The thing is you got that item somewhere else. So to emulate that behavior, the treasure comes out of a different table. And so you can link as many treasure chests to a single table as you would like. And there is a really weird side effect I just remembered about that. I'll just have to keep in mind that that limitation exists and not fuck up later. Which is that you can put multiple items in a chest. So if you only took one of the items in a chest, the other chest would contain the items you didn't take out of that chest, which would be pretty interesting. You come back to that chest like, oh yeah, it had a thing in it. And it's like, now it's empty, what the heck? Not as big of a deal when there's only one item in the chest. Okay, cool. So Corneria contains some items. Let's put those in. Okay. I'll do some data and whatnot. So where's my treasure? Treasure. There we go. A, B, C, D, E, F. All right. I'm gonna have to sort of put this down somewhere. Give me a note to self right now. Iron armor, iron shield, nitro powder, bishop staff, saber. Okay. Those are the items I need to create now. In order to create those, I'm going to need this guide right here. Yes. And no, it's not going to give me the flame sword. The flame sword is located in the ice cave, and a true fan would know that. Alright, so what did I say? Iron armor, iron shield. So here we go. Iron armor was item list. I'm going to put that here for now. Apologize for the blinding whiteness of it. I think Chrome has a dark mode, but this guide does not. So, I have a clock. I have this. Let's do this. 1, 2. There we go. Okay. So it's going to be iron armor. Its defense is 24. Holy mackerel. 18. All my numbers are in hexadecimal, so they line up neatly. I recommend doing very much the same in any projects you may pursue because it definitely helps when you're entering a lot of data. So I had a block. I don't think block is implemented, so I believe this can just be 0 or F. Price. Did I not have the weighted? I have not done a lot of stuff here. Let's move this over. There we go. Okay. My guide wasn't in the right spot. Okay, what the heck is going on here? What am I? Iron. Just don't pay attention to this. None of this. Don't try to learn anything, or don't try to. You'd be doomed. You'd be doomed. 17. There we go. Okay, iron armor had a type. Type is 03. I can do this, I promise. Defense is 16. Weight is 17. Block is 0. Price. Alright, back on track. Indeed, there is a flame sword. One of the interesting characteristics about this game, and one of the things that spurred this project, is the original game has a lot of bugs. And if you got rid of those bugs, it was actually a very impressive game because it had a lot of things like enemy-specific weapons and element-specific weapons and spells and just protections and all this stuff. But the problem is that the game's use of that data was forked. So it doesn't make use of elemental resistances. It doesn't make use of elemental advantages. It doesn't make use of status changes. So like if you were to so here's where it gets really funny. If you cast a spell that gives you an elemental resistance, it doesn't work. But it also doesn't matter because the game doesn't reference the right data for elemental resistances in the first place. So it's like a double bug. Expertly coded. It was kind of done under pressure and stuff like that. It's amazing how good of a game it turned out, considering how much of the game was broken. Like, half the magic doesn't work. The intelligence stat does nothing. In the original game, the intelligence stat is a primary characteristic for the mages, and yet it has no impact on the game whatsoever. They gain it, and it does nothing. So anyways, a lot of those bugs I'm fixing in this version, and so things like the flame sword will actually matter, because they'll do stuff. That'll be sweet. So that's my long answer to your I didn't know they had a flame sword comment. Let's go above and beyond when I'm giving answers to stuff, really. Gosh darn it, open up! Stay open! Okay. So that was iron armor. The next one is going to be an iron shield. So that's the wooden shield. Which is, let me do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if block was 1, then it is 18, and I should be on 17, which is this 0 right here. That's 16. This is 16, that's 17. This should be shield, iron. Okay, once again, it is not helpful like that. Let's fix that. But actually, okay, that didn't do a gosh dang thing. In fact, I think it made it worse. Oh, why? Didn't I just fix that? Like I just fixed it. Okay, you go there. And you go there. No one will be seated during the helper section fixing it. So there we go. Okay, back to the iron shield. The iron shield's type is not free. I will have to lift this out. Item type shield is 2. Item type is 2. It doesn't have an attack. That's actually a defense that you have. Oh god darn it! I made it worse. Why? I'm sad. This isn't working. I made everything horrible. Okay, last time. No one will be seated during the fixing of this crap climax. Okay, there we go. Iron Shield is type 2. It has defensive. Ignore that. You saw nothing. First try. Defensive 4, and a weight of 0. A block of 0. And oh, I didn't do the price for the iron armor, which was 800. 800 is 800 is half of 1600, and 1600 would be that's not a useful metric. You're being stupid right now. It's not gonna help. Calculator. Okay. 800 is 320. I could figure the hex out from my brain. I've chosen not to. There. And the other metric that is being used is iron shield, which is 800. One, which is 64. There we go. Hell yeah. Okay. That's the iron shield. Oh man, I'm just blistering pace right now. Whew. Seen that. So nitro is TNT. That's already ready. I have to work on that. Bishop staff. Is the game running right now? Is that shit? Okay, bishop staff. Up to the weapons. Ooh, what could go wrong? Surely nothing. Okay. You can stare at my Batman wallpaper for a second while I do this, so I'll keep on around. This calculator. There we go. Okay. What I'm looking for is, I guess, the bishop staff. I don't know what that is. It is a staff, however, so not a great axe. Oh, refer to guide. Refer to guide. This guy doesn't have it. This guy will. I have 4 different guides that I have to use to find stuff. So, weapons. So it's right here. So the bishop staff is most likely the heal staff. So let me find that. Heal. And heal staff is in. You will also have to. Not what I care about. Keep moving. Okay, so this also does not have anything. Back to game facts. Back to Final Fantasy. I believe it is the heal staff. I'm really just doing all this to prove what I'm probably already correct about. Okay. Heal staff is right there. And take me to the guides. Take me to the walkthrough. Show me where the heal staff is. Heal, 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 heal. This is the word that is used often. Come on. Okay. So this one just doesn't say. Ah! Come on. Jeez. Yes, that guide sucks. Thumbs down for you, man. Okay. Please take me to Corneria Castle. For want of a ship. Heal staff. No, heal staff is in the kick. That's in the Castle of Ordeals. Well, shit. I was wrong. Good thing I didn't do that. Alright, so Mystic Key, Mystic Key, Mystic Key, Mystic Key. Okay. Ornaria. Feel like they're leaving out information. Mystic Key. Saber, Iron Staff. It was an Iron Staff. Or at least that's the American name for it. What do I got here? Mage Staff, Heal Staff. I'm not seeing Iron Staff. I see Iron Nunchakus, Iron Sword, Wooden Staff, Power Staff, Heal Staff, Mage Staff, Wizard Staff. Ah! I feel like these. Saber, Iron Staff. Something in here has to be input wrong. Iron Hammer. I believe they're. Maybe it's this that's wrong. Maybe this is actually supposed to be Iron Staff. This would be the very first mistake I ever found in this guide, so that would be pretty impressive. Alright, opening up my other guide. Who would have known that this would be the thing that would be? Yep, I was right. That is a misprint. That is an Iron Staff, not an Iron Sword. And okay, time to enter it into the datas. Now, you know what? Let me double check on that just to make sure. No. There's no Iron Sword. There's an Iron Staff, however. It's 14 and 0. Iron Staff, 14 and 0, so that is correct. Its number is 11, which would be 10 in the data. Nope, it will be 11. Take that back. Don't listen to what I just said. It's a lie. It's a decoy. This will be a staff. That was fun, right? Okay. Bishop. We're going to name it the Bishop Staff because that's a cooler name than Iron Staff. Maybe I'll change it later. I don't care. Wow, these are all messed up like that. I could have sworn I'd fix these at one point, but it does not. So, okay, so Le Bishop Staff. It is a type of weapon. It has an attack 14, which is Echo. Hit percentage is 0, and its crit rate is 200 gold. 200 is 160 plus 32, so that's Charlie 8. Wow. What are the odds of that? Why is everything already Charlie 8? Charlie 8? I don't know why everything's already Charlie 8. Okay, next. Saber and Mithril Knife. So, Saber is right here, 12, right after the Iron Staff. This is a sword, Saber. Type 1. The attack for the Saber is 13, which is Delta. Hit percentage for the Saber is 5, that's nice and easy. Crit rate is 10, not bad. This is another bug in the base game. The crit rates for all weapons were bugged to just be their item ID and not
So in this case, the saber actually had a higher critical rate than its defined critical rate, but a lot of weapons, like the rapier, had a higher critical rate than their identifier. So an interesting bug in the sense that it's like helpful or not helpful, really, depending on how you look at it. 450. That is one. 450. That is not. That is 1C2. You win this time. Saber, bishop staff, and mithril knife, which was a silver knife in the actual game. So that is 16. Something I'd like to do is add the ability for the wear items to actually damage the wear enemies. Silver. Of course, the reason that wasn't in the base game was because silver is not the proper term. It was mithril, which I suppose I've kind of already inadvertently disclosed. Let's see here. Silver knife is. Let's move this out of the way. Oh, come on! Why? But why though? Yeah, no, that was necessary. That's going to help me out. Let's try again. It closed all my windows because it loves me. It wants me to be happy. Silver knife. We're still on that. 16. Silver knife with 16. Attack of 10. A hit rate of 15. Not bad. Not bad. That's F. Crit rate is 5. And the price, I'm sure, is somewhat expensive at 800 gold. And that is 320. Alright. All of those items are now in. And it's time to add them to the treasure chests by adding the treasure chests. So, treasure chests are part of the new game data right here. We've got 6 chests for Corneria, so this, go ahead and label it as Temple of Fiends. This is Corneria Castle. It'll be E6, 7, 8, 9, Alpha, and Bravo. And the items it contains will be, just make a quick list here. So the bishop staff was OB. The saber was OC. And the mithril knife was 10. Nitro powder is at the bottom. That's going to be Bravo 5. The iron shield was 70. And last but not least, iron armor was 63. Now, to add them to the chests, it's as simple as 63, 70, Bravo 5, 0 Bravo, 0 Charlie. Do I not have enough of these? 1, 2, 3. I have 6, so let's check again. 3, 70, Bravo 5, O Bravo, O Charlie, and 10. Next up is to add them to the map, which could not be simpler. I spent a lot of time making this crap fast and easy to do, so E6 and beyond. All the code is shared between the parent object, and so the only thing you have to tell it is what its graphics are, E7, and what it contains. Everything else is handled in the background, E8. E9. And 11. Alright. Boom. Chests are installed. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Ah, yeah. Yep. Okay. I must go to new games. Make those chests appear. This is true. I'll have to consider that in the future. I'll have to make like a reset all chests button or something. Because it would be very annoying to have to make a new game every time I want to test a chest. And save. It's all working. Iron armor. Iron shield. That crashed. What item was that supposed to be? Okay, what item was that supposed to be? Nitro powder. That is Bravo 5. I think I know why that crashed, actually, now that I think about it. Just make sure I didn't put Bravo 5 is... Oh. Yep, Bravo 5 is there. Bravo 5 is there. So what was the crash? Give item ID count, else sort. It's out of range. So I know it's crashing. Should be able to fix that under my macros. Party script. Alert at the top if I remember correctly. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see 7. Item types. B. Oh, there needs to be a 0 there. Okay. It's all ones and zeros, man. It's all ones and zeros. That should fix it. That's a sort routine, which pushes all the items around in your inventory into a specific order, blah, blah, blah. Then, iron armor, iron shield, TNT. I didn't display correctly, or did it? Bishop's staff. I didn't display correctly. Thunder why? I apparently bracketed it wrong. I know when. Bishop's staff is supposed to be bracketed as such. And there we go. I would like to, I guess, save, restart the game. Now that wouldn't matter anyways. That wouldn't work. Stupid. Also, probably have to put some sort of an interface in at some point that allows me to edit quests. There. Anyways, there's a bishop staff right there. You know, I did not put in all of the data for these, though, now that I think about it, because it's a very important piece of data, which is who can use it. I must still put in. So, right here, bishop staff. It had no special, has no special abilities. People who can use it are fighter, ninja, and black belt. Next up is going to be the saber. I also didn't put in its graphics tab. Saber is fighter, thief, and red mage. Class fighter plus class thief plus class red mage. There we go. The silver knife can be used by fighter, thief, red mage, black mage. Class fighter plus class thief plus class red mage plus class black mage. There it goes. Alright, that was all that. So now iron armor can be used by fighter and ninja. Fighter and ninja thing, where that armor now? The Iron Shield was also fighter and ninja. Go. Alright. Boom. As they say, Denzo. Cool. Okay. That is the first floor of Corneria Castle. Now done. Temple. Go. Sprites. I guess I'm gonna work on some graphics now. That will be the next on the block. So, anyways, read my stuff, knows that I'm gonna minimize that so I can put this up. I've used the MSX version as sort of my my reference for updating the graphics. The MSX version, if you're not aware, is a Japanese 8-bit computer, and while in many, many, many ways this is an inferior version of the game, graphically it's also inferior in some ways, but graphically it was more diverse, and it works as a good springboard for and one moment as I walk off camera. And we're back. Alright, that should be a little better. Apparently it's gotten dark outside. Anyways, MSX, 8-bit computer in Japan. Final Fantasy was made for it. In many ways, an inferior version. Some ways better. The music had more channels, so some people prefer it. But the thing is the graphics had a higher color depth. That's what I've been emulating here. And while I don't agree with a lot of the color choices, in many places I do, and so I've been using it as sort of a reference to decide how to improve the graphics in the game. That was long-winded. You're welcome. Right here. Nope. Key in Japanese. Alright. Come on. Talk to the princess. And there we go. Alright. So, man, they just made the castle look more beat up. See, I don't always agree with what they did, but I'm using it as sort of a springboard place to kind of start from. Interestingly enough, some of these improved graphics were possible to do on the NES. As I had mentioned, it could handle 4 colors per sprite, and a lot of times they just use 2. So it's like they could have actually done better with a little more effort. I believe a lot of graphics did not have a second pass done on them, mostly because the game was, I don't believe there was a huge budget for it or anything, even for the day and age in which it was made. Let's see. So like this, I guess. This, this. And so I believe a lot of art assets did not have like a second pass done on them. You know, it was like, okay, that one's done, on to the next one. And because of that, you know, in some ways the graphics certainly did suffer. As another project I would like to do sometime is, and I don't know if I could really do it justice because I'm a huge fan of it, but Batman on NES is another phenomenal game. I even say that not like, oh, it was a good NES game. No, I still love playing Batman because the more you play it, the more you realize just how well constructed of a game it was. It's just like it's a very precision platformer kind of game. But what's amazing is the more you play it, the more you discover that you could make it through the entire game without taking a single hit of damage. And for people that have played it, they do not believe that at all because they're like, no, this game is like brutally hard. It's incredibly difficult. But not really. Once you really learn the quirks of the game and you start to understand how to exploit the bosses and stuff like that, you start to realize that like there's no way this was done on accident. It's not a mistake that the game was made this way. It's very much on purpose, and it just really makes you appreciate uh, just how diverse it ends up being because of that. Let's see, oops. So that is. I mean, this is kind of lazy job right here, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it like that. Like that. Yeah. There we go. Nailed it. 10 out of 10. We'll do it again. That's done. I mean, that is the ugliest door on the planet. I really want to do something with that door because that is just an ugly door. Like, this is a castle, and it has like just an old, shitty fucking door. Disgusting. I'm gonna change it because I can. That's one of the cool parts about building the engine from scratch. I could literally change anything I wanted to. I'm not going to because of many reasons, but it's kind of fun to be like, I don't like that, and I'm changing it. Let's see here. Where is my ROM folder? I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it. It's right there. It's right in front of me. I could totally just do it any second. Okay, here we go. Looking for a door sprite that doesn't look like crap. I think they use the ×8 format here a little more effectively. That is a door. See, even that would be a better door. There's no doubt about that. Let's see. What is this? Sprite right here. I feel like that's this one. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Saving snapshot. Remember, I already have a snapshot of that. I don't even need that. This is all wasted time. Okay, bitmap number 10. Throw it into the Photoshop. I like to get as many tools as possible involved. Okay, come back in here. I'm going to keep the door because I'm still going to use that in caves and such. But for the castle, I'm going to give it a better door. It deserves it. It deserves to not look like garbage. It deserves to look like a flippin' castle, man. Like the old castles, you could be like, okay, well, it's an old castle, whatever. What just happened? Don't do that. Don't delete all my stuff. You could be out. If you could be bothered, don't do that. Not good. It's not preferred. Why is it doing that? Stop doing that. Don't delete stuff. Bad engine. Bad. Game Maker Studio, man. It's a good program, but sometimes it is a bad program. Just put that up there. Copy paste. Make that a little bit larger. Do the same right here. Do that. That. There we go. Art is fun. Okay, so now for colors, let's see what I have available because I feel like those are only using 2 colors. I'm not sure how I'm going to expand that color like that.
green is currently being used, so that's not an option. Blue is also currently being used, so purple is going to be my color here. I'm going to use the yellows here. See, that's what I mean. Those two colors are back to back, so I can't even use those. I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna change this. That's what I'm gonna do. This is gonna go down because I only need two colors. So that's gonna go down here to purple. Go to palette world. That's correct. This will be purple. There we go. Okay. So now up here, I will change this back to this color palette. That. And now, that is not what I wanted to do at all. I don't know why I did that. What I wanted to do was this, and this. There we go. Okay. So what I would like to do is have this be this color, and this color. And then down below, I will be using orange. This will be that color. And, you know, I'm just gonna leave it like that. This is good enough for now. Might as well see what it looks like in game before I go touching it too much. So I need to change these door events to make use of this sprite, which is +2. Area castle, door, code, 59. There we go. Let's see what this new door looks like. Should inject some color into the screen. It'll look good. I probably should have cooked the door I was standing next to, but I did not. Should probably fix that bug while I'm at it. Maybe I will. Okay, cool. So that's enhanced color depth faux show. That's the new door. Looks okay. Not great. Looks cool. Not great. I need some work, which was already known. I mean, that was known that was going to be true. It's going to need some work. First off is to replace that. This to replace this with this. And some of it up here as well. This is going to be this color. There we go. And just like that. And go ahead and replace all doors now with this one. Door and door. Boom. Boom. And so it was that all the doors in the castle were replaced with non-shitty variants. Okay, that is orange and it is not. Why is that orange at all? Oh, because I used the wrong color. Okay, that makes sense. Let's redo my palette real quick. Make this less nonsensical and more non-nonsensical. So, palette tiles, I'm going to go ahead and put this down in orange and darker orange, because that's what's going to end up being. And down here, use this color, this color, Now let's see what it looks like. I hope it looks good. That's ugly. Alright, cool. That's a little better. That is a little bit better. 1, 2, 3. So, the problem with this door is how badly it clashes with the surrounding environment. What I need to do is change this to gray. I say with all the certainty. Needs to be gray. That's what's gonna make it look more like it's part of this scene. It's gray right here, gray, gray, and a good measure white. So that is 4 colors. That is the max that is able to utilize in the limited color depth mode. So let's see how it looks. Should look better now. The grays should help out with that. Yep, there we go. Much better. Much better. I like that. Much better. I'm gonna expand those on the side. Yep. I got stuff in here. So this here, consistency. What did I do in the other tiles? Now, those two. Close. It was. What about the ruins? The ruins were not two. They were reduced. So that was fixed. So that's good. Oh, I know. I know. Boom. Got it. Shalam. What I need to do is take selection tool as such to this. And move to wall. First off, I need that. Where's this tile beginning at? And like that. And like that. Does that look better? Looks okay, I can only cover could do that. That's weird, so time to do anything and see. That gray on it. Take this right here. There. And yeah, why not? Why not? That. This. Nothing matters there, nothing matters there, nothing matters there. Oh, cool. So, I don't know, that should just make the door fit into the room a little better. Make it look like it actually belongs there. Even though I'm changing graphics, I'd still like to maintain as much of the original feel as possible. There we go. So that's right, but I hate that shade of brown, so what I'm going to do is swap it out. This and see what this looks like. This will also add consistency to the scene. Cool. Oh, this is too many colors now that I look at it. There's no way I could fix that. Okay, that looks a little better. I like the way it looks more. However, it doesn't violate the kind of colors that are allowed to be in the scene. I have to fix that later. Anyways, thanks for watching the stream. That's going to be it for my coding for today. I'm trying to cut down on the amount of hours I'm putting into this because I've been putting way too many. So, till next time, have a lovely day and an evening, and get out there and code.